Do you have any recommendations for using eggshells in the garden?
Absolutely. Eggshells are a great free resource in the garden if you use them right. They're mostly made of calcium carbonate, which makes them helpful for adding calcium to the soil, especially for plants like tomatoes, peppers, and eggplants that can suffer from blossom end rot due to calcium deficiency. Just make sure to crush them up really well. The finer the better. If you leave them in big chunks, they break down too slowly to really help much. You can mix crushed shells into the planting hole when transplanting, or sprinkle them around the base of growing plants. Some gardeners even dry and grind them into a powder to mix directly into the soil or compost. They also work as a natural slug deterrent, though like coffee grounds, that part's a bit debatable unless you crush them to sharp bits. Are you saving shells regularly? I can walk you through a quick way to prep and store them if that helps.
Yes, I am. Can you give me a quick prep, please?
Awesome. Here's a simple way to prep your eggshells so they're safe and effective in the garden. First, rinse them out right after cracking to remove any leftover egg. That helps avoid attracting pests or creating a smell. Then, let them air dry. You can leave them on a plate or baking sheet for a day or two. Once dry, you can either crush them by hand in a bowl or use a blender or food processor to grind them into a fine powder. The finer they are, the faster they'll break down and release calcium into the soil. Store the crushed shells in a container or jar until you're ready to use them in compost, planting holes, or around your plants. Want help figuring out how much to use per plant or when to apply them during the season?
When should we apply them during the season?
Great timing to ask. Spring is perfect to start applying crushed eggshells, especially when you're planting. Here's how to use them through the season. At planting time, mix a tablespoon or two of crushed shells into the bottom of the planting hole for tomatoes, peppers, eggplants, and even squash. It helps prevent calcium deficiency right from the start. Early growing season, April-May, sprinkle crushed shells around the base of your plants as a slow release boost. Rain and watering will help carry calcium into the root zone over time. Mid-season, June-July, reapply a light layer around fruiting plants if you're seeing signs of blossom end rot, or if you're watering heavily, since calcium can leach out. Compost. You can also add eggshells to your compost throughout the season. They'll break down and enrich the whole batch. Want me to help you set up a quick homemade calcium tea from eggshells? It's a good boost during fruiting season.
Not right now, but thanks for everything. Talk to you later.
You got it. Glad I could help. Catch you later, and happy gardening.